So after 3 games here in losers bracket round 8, Infamous leads status quo 2-1, just 1 game away from advancing to our top 4. And you know, APG, Lethal, and Ryan Noob, they all have a top 4 finish under their belt, and now they're fighting to get Blaze one.
Infamous, just so impressive. And the next game type we have up, Chris, is another really exciting, fast-paced game. We're about to take it game 4 on Countdown Capture the Flag.
We got some Quo fans in the house. Let's see if they can get their team hyped up to battle back in game number 4 to force the tiebreaker. Game 5, we're starting this one off with the only guy in the main stage who hasn't finished in the top 4 yet this season. It is Blaze from Infamous.
In the beginning starting strategy from status quo, they were able to all just shoot out of their base, actually picking up a quick kill, and Flamesword now jetpacking with the rockets. We see 3 down from, actually 2 down, I'm sorry, from Infamous, but Flamesword with the rocket jetpack right off the beginning.
Flamesword won that Firebird battle. Now he has the jetpack rocket sitting top here of the level 3. He's going to be pushing in above the Infamous flag, and very slow play here from Flamesword. A few missed rockets, and he had a great situation in front of him, just wasn't able to take advantage of it.
Especially with the rockets, they're pretty much guaranteed kills if you landed anywhere near the opponent, and there were 2 players essentially that he could have easily gotten the kills for. But it's just kind of a continuation of what we saw last game, just poor use of the power-up so far, but they do have a good position right now on the map.
And that makes you wonder, what would have been different if status quo was able to connect with those rockets? Because Coach Diesel made sure his team got them almost every single time on that last map. And when they were used effectively, we saw Assault get that triple kill, and status quo just cruised in with a flag capture.
And that makes you wonder, I hope that they're not thinking about the same thing we're talking about here, because that would be a bad thing, especially in this 4th game. But it does make you wonder if they had definitely used those rockets to their fullest advantage, whether or not they would have fallen down so early in the game. But I think they definitely improved as the game went on. And that's not the type of things you can really think about after a game.
Flamesword still on your screen, yet to die so far in this game. A minute 40 life here. And we got a nice flag toss-up here from Infamous. Very interesting play here. Ryan driving that flag. Did he actually jetpack that up to himself?
He did jetpack that up.
I love Ryan Noob. He's one of the most innovative, objective players here on our main stage, on the pro circuit. And he is really the guy, along with Snakebite, who has been using the jetpack the most so far this weekend.
The jetpack is a very good ability. I think a lot of people don't necessarily like using it only because they use sprint so much and so often. As soon as they pick up the jetpack, they're not necessarily as good engaging an enemy as they would with sprint. But at the same time, you got to think a lot of players need to start learning how to use the jetpack like these guys so they can do some of the amazing stuff that they do.
The flag was returned for status quo, so neither team will have any scores in this game. Remember, on Countdown, just like Element, it'll be the first team to 5 flags. And we got Flamesword doing a nice job floating around, almost got the angle on Lethal. Lethal, though, does clean up Flame for the double, but now putting shots on the flag runner, but Ace will survive, and he will put in flag number 1. As status quo takes the early lead after 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Very good play right there by APG. Knew that status quo was going for those rockets, so instead he throws the rockets right off the map. And you saw Ryan going for another quick sneaky cap. Status quo was all over it though.
Ace is there to get to the return, so we will not see any caps from Infamous quite yet. Blaze picks up the double kill, now going up top vents. Meanwhile, APG picks up a big kill at the sniper rifle. And I am watching Blaze. He is sitting up in the right vent, has red health, but he has the P shooter. I think he's going to be making a push here for the SQ flag.
He's doing a little bit of defense right now, trying to make sure that Infamous is not going to get in their base. And you see status quo definitely favoring this side of the map, the 2nd level. And that's kind of their teamwork strategy. They want to be guarding the room that Ace is in right now and force Infamous to have to come down to them.
Flag taken. Flag drop.
Ace now moving the flag here. Hits the melee. Ryan Noob's in front of him. Assault will finish off the kill, and he will also try to keep this flag alive, but he's got APG in front of him. APG getting the big return inside the enemy's base. Lethal now behind him. These two players will push together. They're looking for the response for status quo. APG carrying it past the evade is going to bring it into his base, and we will see Infamous tie up the score at 1.
Smart play by APG, getting that big return and then realizing that status quo had 3 members down, and it was the perfect time to try a counter cap. He essentially got back into his base without even getting shot once.
APG getting taken down by Assault. You got Lethal trying to fight in the back ramps, and Ryan Noob has the evade, going back and forth, trying to dodge grenades that weren't even there. But Ryan Noob has constantly been getting inside this SQ base and pulling flags. And Chris, I think he's going to be able to convert this one. Infamous now takes the lead, 2 straight flag caps to lead 2-1 in our game number 4.
Ryan Noob taking advantage of the fact status quo gave away that last flag cap and was not paying attention when he started running the flag all the way back to his base. As soon as Infamous spawned, they all came from behind, got the return, and Ryan Noob really clutching it out, getting them another flag cap and taking the lead.
Blaze showing off his sniping skills, hit the headshot, dropped the body shot with the no-scope. Meanwhile, his teammate Lethal is trying to run the flag here along the 2nd level. Lethal will go down. APG trying to cover here from the evade. Ryan Noob was up in the vent, distracting. And I love the play from APG. He was 2nd level, dropped down the vent, went up the top middle vent, then picked up a kill, kept the flag alive, tried to pass it off to his teammate, and now Blaze may be able to put this one in as he's running it from the jetpacks. Here he goes. Infamous puts in flag number 3. That play was all sparked by the incredible heads-up play from APG.
And the teamwork from Infamous, really impressive, especially while they run flags. They're so good at knowing when to back off, who's going to grab it. You don't see too many times 2 players both going for the flag and accidentally throwing it next to each other and having issues like that. They just seem to have perfect flag running ability and teamwork.
APG continues to go huge positive as he's got the killing spree with the rocket control. Meanwhile, Lethal is running the flag here for Infamous. This will be 4 straight flag runs for Infamous. They are now just 1 flag away from advancing to our top 4.
Again, Infamous taking advantage of status quo and their ability, or their problems, I guess, going outside, not really paying attention to their flag and when it's being run. And Infamous doing just such a good job getting status quo down, and as soon as status quo goes down, starting to run flags and putting status quo in really poor positions to get any sort of stop.
APG looking for a Enable at his jetpack, will chase him all the way through to the evade, picks up the double kill, going for the triple here as Flames are trying to stay alive, dropping grenades. APG will not clean up the kill, but Blaze is right there to beat him down.
APG trying to get the evade, but hitting that little cranny right in the bottom middle. I think it was actually almost about to work as the, Lethal going huge with that double snipe right there. Getting a little cocky, but
almost got that 5th and final flag here. APG's there with the melee battle. You see it in 3rd person, and there is the game. Infamous all kinds of fired up after that big win, upsetting status quo 3 games to 1 on our main stage. Chris, that was an incredible performance out of them in game number 4. Taking a look at the stats, Blaze dropping 16 kills, APG turning it on the 2nd half of that game, getting the rockets, getting the killing spree, and more importantly, getting that final beatdown to put in the game-winning flag.
It's always awesome when the game ends on some really exciting and amazing plays. You saw Lethal hit those 2 shots right at the end, and then APG beating the other player down with the flag in his own base, clutching it out for that final flag cap.
So status quo is eliminated in our top 6. They will not be returning to the championship match. Infamous will move on to face off against the winner of Dynasty and Classic. So Dynasty, I just get word from our producer Lennox. Shout out to Lennox Cool Gamer for directing this awesome show all weekend long. Dynasty will be facing off against Infamous for that spot in our losers bracket finals. But coming up, Chris, we don't have losers in our next match. It's all about the winners. We will have the winners bracket finals between #1 seeded Instinct and 3rd seeded Believe the Hype.
Exciting match coming up.
Absolutely, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking with a member of our Infamous squad. And then at 3:15, we get it started with Championship Sunday and our winners bracket finals.